you please share your name with us?
Sure. My name is Dara Allen. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Keeneland.
And what are some of your job responsibilities as a Director of Marketing?
So I am really responsible for having sort of the global vision of what our marketing strategy looks like here at Keeneland. I work really closely with all of our different stakeholders across different areas of our business and articulating what are our goals, what are we trying to accomplish, and then it's my job to take the tools in our marketing toolbox and determine what of those tools can we use in support of those goals. And working with our agency that's outside of this office, as well as our in-house team, to put together solutions and campaigns and media plans that support those goals overall for the business.
Well, thank you. So you have these different responsibilities that you carry. Can you spend a little time telling us about your background, maybe your school or your life experiences that led you to the work that you do now and help you fulfill those responsibilities?
Sure. So this role has actually been sort of a blend of two passions for me. I grew up in the thoroughbred industry, grew up on a thoroughbred farm. It was just kind of natural, and I don't necessarily know that I would have said to you, I'm going to wind up working in the thoroughbred industry, but it was just always there, and the vocabulary and everything was just, it was part of my life. So I went away to school. I went to Miami of Ohio and studied marketing, and I always kind of had an interest in business and marketing, and actually out here at Keeneland even was always just kind of curious about the sales and sort of the economic side of the business. Studied marketing, and actually out of college worked for a thoroughbred advertising agency in the Bell Group for a couple of years. After that, my path took me to a local company called Big Ass Fans, and while not thoroughbred related in any way, I got a really good foundation of marketing there. Just kind of saw all aspects of marketing and learned from the bottom and grew in my role there. Actually took over a bit of the agricultural marketing there, so that was a bit of an equine tie-in. And then a door opened here at Keeneland, and it was, like I said, really an opportunity to blend this really natural topic and business that I was used to from my childhood with my passion and my career, which was marketing. And so it's kind of the best of both worlds that, I've been able to really understand the content and the business that is Keeneland, but also combine it with my love for marketing and in one package.
So you've talked about marketing, and how does that kind of fold into your day? So what would your typical day look like in that marketing role?
So there is no typical day, and I'm sure a lot of people say that, and I think honestly it also depends a little bit on the time of year. We're very cyclical here at Keeneland, and we have a September sale, a November sale, 2 race meets a year, several other auctions throughout the year. And so depending on the time of year, my day could look very different. In the root of it, my goal is to put together a lot of direction and sort of steer the ship for the team. So it may be that I'm meeting with different leaders of our other business lines and kind of laying the foundation for, okay, these are our goals for the September sale. Here's what we're looking to accomplish. I'm going to take that information and I'm going to put it into a brief. I'm going to document it and try to put on paper what we're trying to accomplish. And then that will be given to the creative team, the media team, our designers, our social media folks, to try and determine how each of them in their own respective ways can work towards these goals that we're articulating. So I spend a lot of time defining messages, defining goals. I'm a big fan of defining what your business goals are, because I don't think you can build within that until you've articulated that. And then overseeing and making sure that we're all kind of working toward that common goal and that common theme and message, whether it's through the visuals and the creative, our website, press releases, the list goes on.
If you had to just choose something that you would describe as the hardest part of your job, what would it be?
Oh, goodness. You know, I don't think this is necessarily hard in a negative way, but I think that marketing is a very evolving field, and with technology and social media and the digital world, it's constantly changing. So I think it's important in my shoes to be constantly learning and seeing what others are doing. I look a lot at other brands in the industry, but other brands outside of the industry, like a Wimbledon or the Masters, other sporting brands, to see what they're doing, because I think it's important that as an industry leader at Keeneland and in marketing, we have to be at the forefront of everything and seeing how we can apply new trends, new technology, new developments to our own business.
Well, maybe slightly on the flip side of that question would be, what is the favorite thing about your work?
Goodness. Well, it's a bit of a cliche answer, but I think we have an excellent team here at Keeneland, and we all are very, very passionate about this brand and this place, and I think it's evident in the work that's being produced. We enjoy each other's company, and it makes being here an enjoyable thing to do. And while it might sound cheesy, it's not work, because we're having fun, we're enjoying it, and we're all passionate about what we're doing. So there's never a dull moment, and it's an enjoyable day to day.
Well, this is a little departure, I think, and it's a tough question, but if you had to do something over again on your path to this point in your career, what would it be?
So I graduated college in 2010, and I feel like at that moment in time, the digital world was really ramping up. Social media was becoming less of a personal thing. Brands were taking it on. So I think if anything, I would have told myself 15 years ago, explore graphic design, explore the digital world a little bit more. I do a bit of coding, those are things that it would have been great. I'm self-taught in certain things, and I'm no expert by any means, but there are things that I could have studied and I could have actually learned properly in college. So I think if I could tell myself 15 years ago, look at graphic design, learn about coding, learn about the digital world a little bit more deeply, I think it would have served me well regardless, based on the way the world has headed. And will continue.
That kind of transitions well into my last question, because that was a bit of advice giving. What advice would you give to a middle schooler or a high school student that is considering working in the horse industry?
Well, I think one important thing is there are so many roles in this industry that you may not even realize that are tied to it. You don't just have to be a trainer or a breeder or work on a farm. And those are excellent roles and very important to our industry. But there's, accountants who touch the thoroughbred industry. There are marketing folks. There's this breadth and depth of roles that touch this industry, and I think that's important for people to kind of have the awareness that there's so much that goes into just operating this place. So I think I would encourage people to just dabble and explore, and if you want to work in the industry, test the waters in a lot of different areas. Reach out to folks. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I think that's the key, is people are going to be impressed by your confidence and your maturity to reach out to people and just explore and learn. I think people respect that, and hard work goes a long way too, so don't be afraid of it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon and for sharing your insight with us.
Absolutely, happy to.
Insights is a career awareness series for middle and high school students considering work in the horse or racing industries. Our recorded interviews give you the chance to gain insights into various jobs, hear diverse perspectives, and gather advice from people who work across the industry. These interviews are intentionally unedited to connect you to exactly what you would see and hear if you were asking the questions yourself. As you think about possible work in the industry, put yourself out there, meet people, and ask them these kinds of questions. For more information about insights and career resources, visit our website at racingmuseum.org.